Namaste, Saraswati Devi and Gauravani Pachari, Nirviseshishmi, Paschatya Desatarni, Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, Stapitam Yen Bhutale, Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam, Dadadis Padamikam. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my pranams to Mataji. Text 187. Touching here and there, one day I found him alone on the ocean shore, dancing and chanting the holy names in ecstasy. Seeing me falling down as a stick to offer obeisances, he blessed me, embraced me, and knowing all, mercifully gave me the following instruction. O child, whatever you desire, you should chant your mantra. By its power, all will be fulfilled beyond what you can desire. Know that chanting your mantra is also service to Lord Jagannath. Have faith and never give up chanting. Shri, by the mantra's power, you will become an eternally youthful cowherd boy. Now your heart is worthy to attain that. Sri Sanatana Goswami explains that here the Guru is giving his disciple a benediction.
This is very important. So, this is where the that was Brahmana was talking to Gop Kumara. Is that right? Right, Mataji? The cowherd boy was talking to Gop Kumara. So
Yes.
this is cowherd boy narrating his story to Gopakumara. Both of them met in Vraja, and then this is the cowherd boy narrating his story to Gopakumara of how he ended up in Vraja. Yeah. So and so he came here to Jagannath and had Jagannath darshan, and that's where he had the darshan of his guru. And these are the words of his guru to him, right, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, such significant one, so significant one, because it is only through them the darshan is real and complete. Otherwise, what darshan can we take? Yes, please continue, Mataji.
Sometimes you will see me here and sometimes in Vrindavan. After speaking these words of instruction, he suddenly left. Distraught in separation from him, I went to see Lord Jagannath. I became strong and again I chanted. When I yearned to see Vrajabhumi by Lord Jagannath's glory, the gardens there become like Vrindavan forest, the ocean like the Yamuna, and Nilachala hill like Govardhana. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that this happened by Lord Jagannath's mercy. Thus I lived happily there. Every day after seeing Lord Jagannath, I would follow my Guru's order and chant to attain my desired perfection. When the king's time was over, his eldest son, a very renounced soul, refused to accept the kingdom. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the king died. His son became very renounced by serving Lord Jagannath. After asking him by Lord Jagannath's order, looking for the signs of a great king, the ministers crowned me. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the king's eldest son refused the kingdom and the younger sons and other relatives were not qualified to accept it. The king's ministers asked Lord Jagannath what should be done. Lord Jagannath might have said to them, my devotee Gopakumara, who was born on Govardhana hill, should be crowned king, or then he might have said, he on who the signs of a great king are seen should be crowned king. Seeing the signs of a great king on Gopakumara, they crowned him king. The signs of a king are described in Srimad Bhagavatam 9.20.24 in these words. Chakram dakshina haste asya padam koso asya padayoho. Maharaj Bharata, the son, and Dusmanta had the mark of the Lord Krishna's disc on the palm of his right hand, and he had the mark of a lotus roll on the soles of his feet. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Somebody else can please go. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my pranams to you.
Yes, pranams Mataji. Please go ahead.
I expanded the great festivals of worshipping the Lord, and I specifically expanded the 12 great yatras, including the yatra of Gundika. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the 12 great yatras, beginning with Dholyatra, Dhammakatra, Chandanyatra, Jalasanayatra, and Rathayatra are performed in the 12 months. The Yatra of Gundika is Rathayatra. Coming in groups and meeting here, all the saintly persons on the earth sang and danced with such ecstatic love they looked like madmen. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that this statement may mean that they become for the 12 great yatras, or that they came for the Ratha Yatra. They came from the different sampradayas. Personally, living as a penniless man and placing my kingdom and all royal enjoyments at Lord Jagannatha's lotus feet, I served him accordingly to my wish. Sometimes the Lord jokes with his dear eternal servants, and sometimes he enjoys loving pastimes with them.
One thing to remember is this the covered boy, fortunate covered boy, he's able to have darshan of the Lord, and also all these services. He's able to offer these services, and he's going to become a king, so he will be organizing and then ordering. So all the services can go on to to Jagannatha, and this is all. Behind this all is his guru that has appeared all of a sudden while this coward boy was trying to take darshan of Jagannath. He saw his guru, and his words of go on with the chanting, and I will appear at different places, and I will appear in Vraja too. So that is a really a key point. All this is happening for this cowherd boy because of that short conversation. It appears a short conversation, but because of that cowherd boy is no, this is something like this. When a play happens on the stage, there is something something behind the curtain and something on the stage. So this is strong connection, a relationship of this cowherd boy with his guru, this is so much like invisible behind the scenes, which makes everything operate on the scenes, on the stage, like that. Yes, please. Yes. We tend to, when we read these, our focus generally goes on what's there on the stage, description like that. But what is the reason behind all these happenings on the stage is something behind the scenes, invisible. That this coward boy has, with Guru. He's like umbilical cord. Shikaru is the umbilical cord. The very reason for the survival of the baby in the womb of a mother is the umbilical cord. Like that. Yes. Yes, please. Thank you, Mataji. And if anyone else would like to continue, please. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, my
Hare
pranams to you.
Pranams
Pranams to all the devotees. When the blissful Lord playfully becomes motionless, the devotees following his pastimes become filled with wonder and bliss. I yearned to become like those devotees. I was a newcomer. My faith was not fixed on Lord Jagannath alone. How could I enjoy his mercy? Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that Gop Kumara was attached to Vrindavan. When I thought of the good fortune of the Orison devotees, I yearned to be like them, and I became sick at heart. The chanting of prayers, songs, and the holy names before the Lord reminded me of Mathura and filled me with pain. By associating with the devotees, I saw the lotus-eyed Lord. Then all my unhappiness disappeared, and I did not wish to go anywhere. Still, because I was a king, my heart could not feel the same bliss it once felt to see the Lord. Surrounded by kings, I could not enjoy the great yatra festivals to my heart's content. Placing the burden of the kingdom on the king's sons, ministers, and relatives, I became aloof as before, chanting my mantra in a secluded place and serving Lord Jagannath's lotus feet to my heart's content. I lived happily. Because the people continued to treat me with great respect, I became very unhappy at heart. One morning, I went before the Lord to ask permission to go to Vrindavan. But when I gazed at his glorious face, I forget everything. A year passed. One day, I heard Mathura described by some people come from there. That night, as I slept, overcome with grief, the Lord, who suffers when others suffer, instructed me, saying, Srila Sanatan Goswami explains that the Lord here is Lord Jagannath. The Lord could not tolerate his devotees' suffering. O cowherd boy, as this place is dear to me, so is Mathura. So is Mathura dear. Mathura is even more dear, for it is the land of my birth. Hare Krishna Mataji, I'll pause here.
Anybody else did?
Hare Krishna Mataji, my pranams to you.
Please.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. It is decorated with the places of my childhood pastimes. I still live there, enjoying pastimes. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the word childhood here also includes the Lord's adolescence. The word Vibhar, what is that, Mataji? Vibharman may also be interpreted to mean wandering here and there. Why your heart wavering so? Do you suffer? Go there In time, you will see me there in this form. Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that Gopakumara's heart waved between two decisions. I will say, I will stay here and I will go there. In this way, he was filled with doubt and turned into two. The form the Lord predicts he will see is the form of Madanagopala, the deity of Gopakumara's mantra. That morning, some priest from the temple came to my home and gave me the Lord's order in the form of Lord Jagannath's garland. Tying the garland around my neck and bowing down to offer respect to the chakra, I went to the country of Mathura. Sh- Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that Gopakumara might think this is just a false dream. Why simply by words in a dream should I leave this place and go to another? The sudden appearance of the priest with the garland confirmed the Lord's order go to Mathura. Chapter 2 Jnana Knowledge. Sri Gopakumara said, O best of Mathura Brahmanas, I bathed at Vishrama Tirtha and then went to Vrindavana. To Govardhana and other places, wandering as I wished, drinking milk unnoticed by my former friends and chanting my mantra, I passed some days. My longing to see Lord Jagannatha making me see everything as if it is where a desert. I remembered Purushottama Kshetra. Srila Sanatana Goswami explained that this verse may mean that Gopakumara saw everything as if it were a desert, or that he saw Mathura Mandala as it is where a desert. Lord Krishna lives in Vrindavana eternally. This is described in Srimad Bhagavatam 4.8.42 and 10.1.28 and 10.44.13 verse. Unhappy, I was returning to Orissa to see Lord Jagannatha when on the path by the Ganges shore, I saw some Brahmanas devoted to religious duties.
I think we'll pause here, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, thank you.
Hare
Thank you. Yes, dear devotees, if there is anything that you would like to share from today's thing, one beautiful thing came out. The Lord is hurt when the devotee is also, when the devotee is hurt, the Lord is also hurt. So he makes the arrangements accordingly. And that was very nice. And if you all want to share your reflections too, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hari,
Please accept
Hari.
my humble obeisance.
Yeah, perhaps too.
Mataji, I was just thinking how, though the coward boy was feeling separation from Vrindavan, but then he mentioned that chanting the mantra and devotee association gave him happiness always. So that was one reason why he was contented being there.
Yeah.
And other thing which I felt was to be appreciated here was how he was ordered to be a king, so he accepted it as a seva, and at the same time it was mentioned that he was detached. He was playing the role of a king, but yet he was chanting his mantra and kind of was renounced.
Right.
So yeah, these two things are very inspiring to understand. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hari, Hari. Especially when a role like that is given, these devotees, those devotees that are so attached to the Lord, they're not so inclined to take those roles, but they just take it as a service, like Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim. They're not inclined, not attracted to, but they do it as a service, staying aloof. That's so nice. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Ma.
Hari Hari Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna to all devotees. Actually, this chapter 2, Gnana, knowledge, it caught my attention, Ma. Shri Gopakumara said, "Oh, best of Mathura Brahmins, I bathed in at Vishrama Tirtha and then went to Vrindavana. Then to Govardhana and other places, wandering as I wished, drinking milk, unnoticed by my former friends and chanting my mantra. I passed some days." So this caught my attention, Amma. So chanting the Maha Mantra is once again I could remember that nothing but like heaven. I feel so yeah, Ma.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
The
Yeah.
mantra, in the mantra is the Dhamma. In the Dhamma is the Lord. And the Lord with his guna and his pastimes, everything. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Ma.
Mantra is the spiritual abode. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Ma.
Isn't that so beautiful? Mantra is a spiritual abode. The mantra that is given to us is really spiritual abode. Spiritual abode. Okay, dear devotees. If nobody has anything, we can pass here.
Hari Bol Mataji.
Hari Hari.
Mataji, I joined very late, so forgive me. This question may not be related directly to what you're reading, what you all read today.
Yeah.
But I caught one statement that you were saying about some Lord being hurt, and in the past you have also mentioned how um, how without knowingly, unknowingly, I don't know, we do hurt the holy name. If we are feeling hurt, you said, we have to think, have we hurt the holy name? So can you elaborate a little bit on that, Mataji, today, or at another point if it's not connected with today's reading?
Yeah, that is always connected.
But I didn't want to still, I don't know what the flow was today.
Got
So
you.
that's why and I know it's over time, so I just thought I'll ask you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Maybe we'll tomorrow in the morning prayers or somewhere. Yeah, I will
Sure.
remember this. Yeah.
Sure.
And then maybe we can hear accordingly. But thank you, Mataji. That particular question is like there are many questions, but this is a very prime question. So it's always good to hear that specific point of contemplation, because when there is a big knot, there is one center point where everything is entangled, and if that gets loosened a little bit, then we can untie the knot. We can take it not easily so this question is like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
We'll hear.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, dear devotees, thank you all for the Sangha. And in this Katha, as Mataji was just mentioning, Gopakumara was sad, but again, he chanted and he was with the devotees and he could see the Lord again. So that's what I am thinking. When all we get together, I feel like we just had Chaitanya Charitamrita reading, and it's evening again, and we are having evening reading. I'm like, what happened to the day in between? So thank you all, dear devotees. Thank you so very much for your Sangha. Yeah. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. वैष्णव ठाकुर की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, संवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। हरे कृष्णा, गुड नाइट।